I've had a few pints and I'm on my way to Hampden Park where I'll stand and sway. And I'll maybe stand at Barney before half time. I've spilled some beer on one guy's coat. Sorry about that, Jimmy. Another has me by the throat. It's trouble you're looking for, you'll not get it here. I suppose you could say it was time for me to go, because screw tops are falling on my head. Someone is sprinkling liquid down my trouser leg. It brings you down a peg. Those screw tops are falling on my head. They keep falling. So I'll just drink up my bovril while it's hot. I can't eat my pie because it's all blue moulded. Green. Maggots in between. Those screw tops are falling. And I hear a copper calling. Sheriff Court for me. Come on, Scotland, get to these dirty English. Yeah, that's not nice. Don't talk like that. Always remember that beautiful poem written by Robert D. Bruce in 1314. One Englishman equals 2 Frenchmen, 3 Danes and 4 men from Potsdam. He's worth as much as 5 of the Dutch and very near half a Scotsman. I'm leaving in a police van. A copper way I can. Oh God, what a way to go. Screw tops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I'll just drink up my bovril while it's hot. I can't eat my pie because it's all blue moulded. Green, maggots in between. Those screw tops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So we'll all sing together now. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. See, Sylvester McQuigley, of whom Glaswegians have long said, who? Was an expert in Gaelic, Scottish and Irish Gaelic. Now, as you know, Scottish Gaelic is known in Clachnacuddin as the language of Pochma. And Irish Gaelic is called ERSE. And he had taken a refresher course on both, based upon the textbook, polish up your pochma and brush up your ass. And he used to sing Gaelic songs, you know. But when he sang them, it was a kind of Glaswegian Gaelic, you know. You get a hodderum, I'll heederum, heederum a hodderum, heederum a hoo. You batterum, I'll bluterum, I can heeder some of them and you can kick a few. At a Kelly and the Calton, the band was doing its best, till the poor wee leader said it's time for a request. And making such an offer, he was acting very rash. Half for want a soldier song and half for want a sash. How was you get a hodder? I'll heederum, heederum a hodder, heederum a hoo. You batterum, I'll bluterum, I can heeder some of them and you can kick a few. They were heating in the hall, they were heating in the bars. A two-heated man was there, having a couple of jars. Some of them were hitting him, though he didn't want any trouble. For everyone that heated him, he paid them back with double. You get a hodder, I'll heater him, heater him, a who. You batter him, I'll blucher him. I can heater some of them and you can kick a few. The MC, a nice wee man, got up on stage to say, Uri Geller, he was there today, the cabaret. He showed us all his magic, gave us all a laugh, scratched a pimple on his neck until his heat fell off. You get a hodder, I'll heater him, heater him, who. You batter him, I'll blucher him. I can heater some of them and you can kick a few. You hodder him, I'll heater him, shh, shh. I think we want more of that band just now, don't we? Is that no nice? Give us that again, come on. You get a hodder him, I'll heater him, a hodder him, a who. You batter him, I'll blucher him. I can heater some of them and you can kick a few. I'd like to do a little Italian piece. There are millions of little Italian pieces. You can pick your own. This is a little Italian piece I picked up in the streets of Turin. And if you can catch a chorus, you can all get Turin along with me. On the beach of Portobello, Maggie fell in with a fellow. His hair was black and his teeth were yellow. Down by the Portobello Pier, he was bowly, he was hentoed, singing "Come Back to Sorrento," made her feel quite sentimental. Down by the Portobello Pier, his shoes was worn down to the upper, but he bought her a big pie supper. She thought he was trying to get acquainted. She wasn't the brightest girl ever you knew. She had to take off her jumper to count up to 2. Down by the Portobello Pier, says he to her upon an impulse, "Tell me, how do you like my dimples?" She says, "I couldn't right see them for your pimples." Down by the Portobello Pier, he got fresh with Maggie Gemmell. She says, "Here you, what's your gamble?" He says, "Wait and I'll give you a demo." Down by the Portobello Pier. Let's have an instrumental, come on. La 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 la. They both lay upon a sand dune. What the hell are we going to put after that? He bringed at her with reckless abandon. She says, "Here, you get your hand in." Down by the Portobello Pier, on the beach at Portobello, Maggie fell in with a fellow. His hair was black and his teeth were yellow. Down by the Portobello Green. Would you smoke the woodbine, drink the red wine like a Glaswegian would? Would you volley football, fight anybody at all like a Glaswegian would? Would you give a great big kick on the hallmoors to the Scottish licensing laws? Would you think you were in heaven to get drinking to 11 minutes past 10 like a Glaswegian would? This particular Glaswegian I'm talking about was a bit out of character for us. This was a real mean guy. Never stood around in his life. Wee short errands, deep pockets. He was caught at the age of 42, breaking into a pound note. He got away with it because it was his first offence. He used to sing protest songs. He wrote protest songs. But he didn't just write protest songs about things that had happened. He wrote them about things that were going to happen. And one of his favourite songs that he used to sing to his wife was, when are you going on the pill, Maggie? Have you not had your belly full of tears? The mere sight of you makes me ill, Maggie. 22 wings in 21 years. Why don't you wander today to the family planning office, Maggie, where they'll tell you what the pill is all about? Maggie said, I've already tried the pill, Willie, but the bloody thing keeps falling out. You're as daft as I am, I'll tell you that. See, there were these two wee Jerums, and one was a wee apprentice Jerum. And then I was a fully fledged Jerum who had been through umpteen epidemics, you know. Aberdeen included, you see, but... Oh, he knew all the ropes, and he was teaching us wee Jerum all the tricks. The kind of tricks that keep doctors in a job, you know. And they were inside this big fella's body. Oh, and they were making a hell of a job of his gut works, you know. But eventually the fella went to a doctor, you see. So, doctor examined him and said, I can't find anything wrong with you at all. He says, tell me, are you constipated? Well, I said, it's funny you should ask that. He says, honest, it's a joke with my family and my workmates. 5 o'clock every day. Honest, it's like a train. So the doctor said, well, I'll tell you, I'll give you a couple of pills. So the wee Jerum turns to the big Jerum. He says, well, what do we do about pills? What do we do? So the big Jerum said, don't get excited. In behind this tissue. Because as it happens, this big fellow was one of your own kind that always carried tissues about with him, you know. So from behind the tissue, they watched the pills dropping out of Herum's way and Jerum's way as well, you know. So the next day, the guy was back at the doctor again. Doctor examined him. He said, there's nothing wrong with you that I can find. He said, are you constipated? He said, I told you, doctor, every 5 o'clock every day. It's like, I said, no, it's like a train. He said, well, look, I'll tell you what we'll do. He says, I'll send you for an X-ray. So the wee Jerum got afraid. He said, well, wait a minute, what do we do about X-rays? Well, Jerum says, don't worry about it. Come on in behind his rib. In behind the rib, they can't see in an X-ray, you see. So the doctor got the X-ray back. He says, there's nothing here, nothing at all. He said, can I see anything? He said, you sure you know? He said, no, I'm not constipated. 5 o'clock, I told you. He said, well, look, the only thing I can do, he says, I'll give you a dose of penicillin. So the wee Jerum turns to the old Jerum. who was already packing his bags. Says, what do we do about penicillin? Old Jeremy says, you make your own arrangements, son. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going out of here at 5 o'clock. Oh, the preacher in an EK church one Sunday morning said, some dirty sod has soiled his soul. I'll punch his bloody head. Up spoke a poor wee orphan, saying, please sir, may I gang? The preacher threw the book at him as the congregation sang. He's somebody's wing. He's somebody's wing. Somebody smells as if he's crawled out a drain. Nobody wants him, friends he has name. Give him a baracarbolic for he's somebody's way. Well, as I was slowly passing down King's Park Avenue, a scruffy looking urchin came along and barred at my view. He held out 2 hands towards me that I'd never seen a wash. He stuck them in my face and rudely shouted, tongs, ya bats. He's somebody's wing. He's somebody's wing. Somebody smells as if he's crawled out a drain. Nobody wants him, friends he has name. Give him a baracarbolic for he's somebody's wing. We were in Hamburg and we're staying with a lovely family called the Schmidts, a really delightful family. And 2 minutes to midnight, we're sitting there waiting on Sandy Claus coming down the lump. We had a tobacco pouch for Herr Schmidt, and a box of chocolates for Frau Schmidt, and a pram and doll for wee Mary Schmidt, and a bazooka for wee Mrs. Schmidt. When suddenly there's this hell of a crash outside. So we rushed out, and there was their outside latrine in ruins. There was Sandy Claus sitting in the middle of it, knocking the hell out of Rudolph the brown-nosed reindeer. And shouting, acid land in the Schmidt house. I'll tell you the story of Big Nellie Mae. She took up the golf in a serious way, with her shiny new clubs and her big plastic bag. She could easily have passed for Jack Nicklaus in drag. We're to Now Nellie was handicapped more than the rest. Her stroke was impaired by the size of her chest. Her overdevelopment proved her downfall. When she swung, they both swung and all messed up. Now Nellie decided they hampered her scope. She tethered them up with a big piece of rope. But they didn't like being tied up in a noose, and the very next stroke both the rascals were loose. In sheer desperation, she turned to the pro, who looked at poor Nell and said, "Ah, I don't know. I've only seen two that look like yours do, and they were on a camel and called them Pancho." This pointed remark at the poor girl's physique made Nelly lash out in a great fit of pique. Her blow caught the pro in his most cherished spot. Now he's got two just as big as she's got. Keep your heads down, boys, and hammer away.